And good morning and welcome to another episode of the Common Sense Show TV podcast. Today is February the 18th, Monday. Happy Monday. Hopefully you guys don't have the Monday blues, but if you do, we're going to try to get rid of those for you. So listen, today I'm going to do a little something different with the show. So, make sure you stick with me. I'll be right back. All right. All right, good morning. And I'm back, you guys. Happy Monday again. Today is February the 18th. Again, I keep repeating that. So that way you guys won't forget what day of the week it is. Today is Monday, February the 18th. 6:45 a.m. on the Mountain Standard Time here in southern Twin Falls, Idaho, where we are in our second winter. It's crazy. It's just like you can't get past winter. Just want winter to leave. I could have sworn that during Groundhog Saw didn't see a shadow, so it should be springtime or something. But today, I'm doing something a little bit different today. Cause I have done, I've been on here and I've told my story and through the Knucklehead Chronicles and I hope you guys have paid attention to that, kind of listening to that, and I appreciate it. I got, my overall views or listens on Anchor rose up to like 1,800 listens, which is not a lot to some people, but to me, that's a lot. And I really appreciate everybody who has listened to the show. But I did my episode on Friday. Apparently, when I went out and distributed it to all the other platforms, it only recorded my my sponsor ad, which I'm like, what? I did a whole 20-minute spiel Friday morning and it only uploaded to like Apple Music and Google Podcasts, all these places. It only uploaded my sponsor ad. So I'm not sure what's going on. We're going to try again today and see what's popping and cracking. I don't know what's happening. All right. So today we're going to talk about a few things, okay, on the show today. So a little bit of current events. Because I'm curious about some stuff, and there's some people that are being drugged in the media. One of them being Mr. Jussie Smollett. Now, if you guys know anything about Jussie Smollett, it plays Jamal on Empire on Fox, and apparently he was attacked a couple of weeks ago in Chicago, and a lot of people, even Chicago PD, was looking like, wait a minute, this seems a little sketchy. But people, quickly came to Jussie's defense, and it was like, hey, I believe this brother. He said he got beat. He got beat up. This was a racially motivated attack. It was a hate crime. So it just made big noise. But come to find out, and I'm reading that he actually staged his own beating. I mean, like what? I mean, so I'm reading these articles and stories and everybody's like, yo, it was sketchy in the beginning and it didn't seem right. All that good stuff. So now he's being drugged to hell and back because but you have to ask yourself, what would make anyone stage their own attack? So, of course, that's the story on Black Twitter and everywhere else. And people are going, well, why would he stage his own attack? But apparently, from what I've read so much stuff on the internet because, the internet always wins, right? And so one of the things I read was that he was being written off of Empire as Jamal Lyon, the character, that he wanted to stay relevant somehow. And this is what keeps him in the news. I mean, the more drama you get into, the more you see in the news, the more hits you get. I mean, if you look at people like Tekashi 6ix9ine, who is now locked up, but he caused a lot of drama before he got locked up. You look at 50 Cent, who's always doing something, and stay in the news, and he stays relevant, even though he has a hit TV show and all that good stuff with Power. Jussie, I mean, is a talented singer. How did he get to the point to where he's faking his own attacks? I don't understand that. I really don't get that. And so the detectives are really, really sketchy on him. Now, so I'm reading on CNN.com that they're actually asking or answering why the Jussie Smollett case has warranted skepticism from the very start. Like, from the start though? Like, so apparently what happened with Jussie was walking in a dicey part of Chicago in the middle of the night, and these guys came up to him. These guys came up to him and made it seem like it was made it seem like a hate crime, and because he was gay. Now, everybody knows that Jussie Smollett is part of the LGBT community, but just to make it, that much more fueled by hate, he had these guys staged. Apparently, it was two brothers from Nigeria, two Nigerian brothers or whatever. That's what I heard. You hear so many stories. You read so many stories on the internet, you don't know what's true and what's not. But that's what I heard. The story was, it was two Nigerian brothers, and they beat him, pretty savagely, I heard. But kind of find out all this stuff is staged. Now, as a man, one of the things I try to teach in the Common Sense Show and in Knucklehead Chronicles and the book that I'm writing, what would it take? Why would you go to that extreme to do this? Why would you stage your own beating? Is it that serious in your life to where you gotta lie? I mean, listen, if you're being, Jussie, I hope somebody catches this that runs in his camp. Jussie, if you're going to get written off of Empire, man, just take that L and move on. You did a great job on the show. You are an excellent character. Apparently the show's going in a different direction. If that's the case. And just take you're still a recording artist, Jussie. You're still a recording artist. You still have millions of dollars. You got millions of fans. People still love you. Now look at your legacy now, sir, that you have taken this L and you're hurting people, and it's just crazy to me. Just crazy. So you guys continue to pray for Jussie and any man like Jussie who plays the victim. Man, stop playing the victim. That's not what we do. Take responsibility, and it's good that he's actually. I heard he's not coming forward and not saying that he set up the whole thing, which is good. But you should do that from the beginning. It's almost like confessing to a crime that you already got caught in. I mean, so it's like it's kind of backwards. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You have to confess the crime first. So he came and he went and did all that stuff and got caught. Now he wants to confess the crime. No, you can't confess the crime. That's too late. I mean, but it's good that you did. Amen, my brother. I appreciate you. I'm glad you did that. But it's just a bad thing, really a bad thing. So the next thing we're going to jump on here is there was an argument between Bill Cosby and Monique on his show. I don't think it was an argument per se, but it was a pretty elevated conversation. As my pastor always says, Pastor Clay. It was an elevated conversation, and so now if you guys remember, if you guys are listening, Monique boycotted Netflix a few years ago. Well, I think it was last year, because she feel like it was a thing. It was about money. They offered Amy Schumer a whole bunch of money to do her Netflix special. and they offered Monique some money to do a Netflix special, but the money was significantly less than what they offered Amy Schumer. Now, we all know Netflix is a business, right? They're gonna do what's best for business. They're gonna give the artist money. And so Amy Schumer, at the time that they offered her all this money from Netflix, Amy Schumer was selling out The Garden. She's making, comedy specials on HBO. I mean, she's got movies coming out. She got a lot of things happening. So she's at the time that they offered her the money, Amy Schumer was very popular, right? So Netflix offered her, I think it was $10 million or something like that, to do a special. Yeah, she deserved that. She deserved every penny of that because she worked hard, right? And I personally love Amy Schumer. I think she's awesome. I think she's cute, a little chunky. She's a little bit hoish for my taste, but it works. Sex sells, right? But Monique, at the time, Netflix offered her some money. I think they offered her like $400,000 or something like that. And she was offended because Netflix offered her $400,000. Listen, I wish Netflix offered me $400,000 to do this podcast. I would do it in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. But see, they offered her $400,000. I'm not saying didn't appreciate it, but she felt jolted by it. And she went on a boycott, asked for all the brothers and sisters in the African American community to boycott Netflix to send a message. Because most boycotts, if you hit a company in the wallet, that's kind of where it hurts, and they change their thing. So of course the boycott didn't go well because black people are not letting go of Netflix. That's how we get our chill on. Because they don't call it Netflix and chill for a reason, or for nothing. It's Netflix and chill for a reason. So because of the boycott, a lot of people didn't boycott. And so she was on the show with Steve Harvey. Now, you guys know what Steve Harvey's background is. Steve Harvey has like 18 jobs, and he hosts everything. And on his morning show, not morning show, but his TV talk show, they were on there, and they got into an elevated conversation because Steve was trying to tell her, she had a great message, but she went about it the wrong way. I personally agree with Steve. I think that she did go about it the wrong way. I think her verbiage on everything with the no Netflix thing was egregious. Now, I too agree with Monique as well, because it is about dignity. It's all, her argument was, I'm not finna kowtow. I'm not finna curtsy for these fools to get this money, to secure the bag. And so the internet went plumb fool on Steve, calling Steve a sellout. And, let's be 100% honest here. Steve Harvey, to a degree, is a sellout. I mean, this man went to meet 45 at a hotel. I mean, so Steve, to a degree, is a sellout. I agree with that 100%. But in this case with Monique, though, I feel like that he was somewhat right. He was telling her, and you guys have to go back and you have to watch the clip. I will play it on my podcast, but I think they do the whole trademark thing on the podcast. But you can go back and you can do a search for it on YouTube or Facebook, and you will see that it got really elevated. It got really quick, elevated quickly. Because she didn't do it the way that normal people would normally do it. She was very bold in her actions. She felt like her dignity was attacked, and she was not going to, like I said, she wasn't going to kowtow and curtsy and all that good mess to secure the bag. She had a level of dignity that I love, that I wish most people would live with or live in. I'm not going to do this because this is kind of crazy. I'm not going to do this because, I feel like I've been jolted. And Monique was jolted. I don't, but at the same time, I agree with the thing with the Monique boycott was the reason why Amy Schumer got all the money, the reason why Chris Rock got all the money, the reason why Dave Chappelle got all the money and Cat Williams got all the money is because they were hot comedians at the time. When was the last time, and this is my only glitch in the argument with that, is that when was the last time that Monique actually done something that was noteworthy? Yeah, don't worry, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time Monique did anything that was noteworthy? So when Netflix offered her $400,000, her and her husband Sydney was very offended, and they kind of went, this whole boycott thing. Offer me $400,000 Netflix, I'll take it in a minute. Offer me $400,000 and I will jump on it real quick, right? But it's just crazy. And so if you're listening to this and you feel like that Steve Harvey is a sellout, hey, that's your opinion. More power to you. I can guarantee you that what he feel isn't going to make you throw up. I mean, my motto has always been, what you eat don't make me shit. So I can, I feel away, but I don't think Steve Harvey is a sellout. I think, to a degree, let me clarify. Steve Harvey, to a degree, is a sellout, right? He's going to get his money. He got his wife who is on the come up, got him come up. I mean, he cheated on his wife, his first wife, with Marjorie. And, that's his business. And they wrote a book about it. Yeah. They're like a man, act like a woman, they're like a man, but you were cheating on your wife first, the whole time when you got on Marjorie. Nonetheless, neither here nor there. And he's securing bags everywhere because he's got 8 jobs. He hosts everything. So people are calling him a sellout. People are claiming, are like, you should not have said anything to Monique, or should have been different advice. It should have been, but Steve Harvey is getting drugged. And the last thing we're talking about today is the most famous of stories. All right, I'm trying to get this in and get out. Apparently, Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed have reached an agreement with the NFL, and they're going to get whatever money. I think it's $10 million. I think I heard. And the Republicans and people that supported the Kaepernick boycott are very upset about that. I saw a video of Nicole Arbor, which is who I love. I personally love Nicole Arbor. She's awesome. She's a little bit left for my views, but she is she has an opinion. So she put a video about Colin Kaepernick. Now, if you are a fan of Nike, and if you are a fan of Nike, then you're going to hate this. Well, you're going to like this, because Colin Kaepernick settled with the NFL. Him and Eric Reed, they settled all their grievances, and they got a lump sum of money. Now, people are not happy about that. They're like, well, why does he get to get all this money now? You went through all this nonsense. What was and so people are calling for the people are calling for Colin now to disclose what the settlement was. And I haven't heard anything yet as far as him coming forward with anything. So let's see let's see what's going on here. I'm reading some of the stories here. They don't have anything on it. Let's see. Okay. Nothing yet. So what I do see is that Colin And with the NFL coming to a settlement, he can no longer have a grievance against the NFL. So he can't, do any kneeling. So, and what most people are hoping that now that he has filed a grievance, now that the settlement with the NFL is done, that now he may get signed by NFL team. That's the hope, right? So according to what I'm reading here, Colin Kaepernick's lawyer, who is Caucasian, thinks that he's going to sign with the Panthers or the Patriots. Now, be it that I'm from Carolina, and a fan of Cam Newton and my boys back home. Colin Kaepernick being his backup would be a great edge. I think I love the Panthers. Colin Kaepernick will be a great signing. And they're saying it might be the Patriots because they think Tom Brady's going to retire here pretty soon. And then that he can be the new face of New England. Now, how I think this is going to go left is because Robert Kraft is a Trump 45 supporter. There's no way in the world that he would sign Colin Kaepernick. I just don't believe that he will. If he does, it'll surprise me. But he may, now that Colin can't kneel anymore because he's not settled the grievance and that boycott's over. And so how do you feel about it? How do you feel about the boycott, particularly being over? Now, there are some stories that saying that Colin Kaepernick didn't get the amount of money that was first reported. I don't know. Nobody's listing any numbers, so I really couldn't tell you. But it is just, I'm glad that the grievance is over. I hope that he can get a job because he's a great quarterback. He was a great quarterback and he deserved to be working. You got some people who got signed to some teams who shouldn't even be in the NFL. But Colin Kaepernick, because he took a stand with something, was blackballed by the NFL. And I think it's so unfair. It's so unfair. So hopefully with this grievance being lifted, he can not get a job with the NFL. Hopefully he come on to Carolina when my boys reside and, be Cam's backup. I mean, Cam got hurt last season. He would have been a great addition to the first string had he came through. So, but for real, it's crazy. So you guys tell me what you think. We got Colin Kaepernick, who got his money from the NFL or got his grievance settled. You have Jussie Smollett, who faked his attack, which is so sad as a man. I still can't believe that. Or you got Steve Harvey and Monique. If you believe that Steven is a sellout and he deserves to get drugged to hell and back on Black Twitter for fussing or arguing with Monique, let me know. Give me some insight on that. All right. Just leave a message on Anchor. Thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. It's my time. Happy Monday to you. If you want to follow me on my personal Facebook page, it's Facebook.com/BullsFan40, my personal page. If you want to follow the Common Sense Show TV page, it is Facebook.com/The Common Sense Show TV. I do have t-shirts and hoodies with the Common Sense Show TV logo. If you want to purchase a t-shirt or a hoodie, please, there is a link on my page where you can go and click and link, and purchase those if you would like. All right. I'm out of here. You guys have a great rest of your Monday. Have a blessed week. Please understand that common sense ain't always common. Use it. Use some. Have a great day. All right. Peace.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.